Howdy. Sounded like I said Audi, but I said howdy. I'm working on a frog hat right now. It's green, and it's pretty awesome. And then I finished the other headband, which has a nice rose on it. That'll be extremely pretty. Look at that. I was able to get my phone working, obviously. So now I'll be able to post on the go, even though I'm not really going anywhere. I'm just in my car waiting for my little brother to get out of cross-country practice, which I used to do this a lot. I would just stay in the parking lot of wherever my siblings were, and I would read, I would watch a movie on my phone, or I would work on homework, or crochet, which I'm doing. I'm also listening to audiobooks, which is nice. It is Tutorial Tuesday, and I did promise you guys a tutorial, so even though I'm in my car, I'm going to do one anyways. So, we're going to do a rose, because that is the most simple thing I can think to teach you right now. So you start with whatever color you want, whatever hook you want, just as long as it matches the yarn size, and you chain 3. Oh, no, you don't chain 3, you chain 6. And you join them together with a slip stitch. Obviously, this is for experienced crocheters. Alright. And then you chain 3, do a single crochet, chain 3, do a single crochet, and you'll see how they make little loops. You're going to want 8 of those, so just keep doing it until you've got it. Now, I'm also at the same time going to be explaining where I found this pattern. I was looking through the newspaper one day because for a while I had been itching to get into some local clubs and see if there was anything there. And basically, I found one in a local newspaper where it was a hook and needle club, which was what I decided to call my school club. But the hook and needle club in town was at the senior center. I wasn't sure if I would be able to go there because, it's at the senior center. I'm not a senior, except for, in high school. That doesn't really count, but they accepted me and let me in anyways. And one of the things a woman was doing was following a rose pattern so that she could make it and put it on a headband. And she had the written pattern with her, and another lady asked for a copy, and I asked for one as well, and so I took it to the office and made 2 more copies of it, and I learned how to make roses. So once you've got the 8 all the way around, then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to do single stitch, chain 1, double stitch, chain 1, and single stitch in each petal. So you'll be making the petal bigger. And you're not going to do any chaining in between. You're going to go from single stitch to single stitch. And it's going to be single stitch, chain, double crochet, chain, single crochet. The first rose I made, I put on a baby hat, and I used that as examples to show the shops that I went to, which was awesome. I was really excited to show them what I could do, and I was glad to have something that fit in the pocket of my favorite jeans. It was really funny. And I'm also super excited to say that they were really impressed with the rose when I told them that was the first one I had done. They were really impressed, so the first shop gave me a couple tests, and the second shop just gave me a small order, and the headband with the rose on it, with the red rose on it, is part of their order. It's part of the second shop's order. So that's extremely entertaining to know that they really liked my roses. And I'm going to be turning those into them when I get the chance, they want me to, of course, finish it all before I bring it in, which I will. I've got 2 headbands done, and of course I'm switching between shops because that's my method. So I've got 1 more adult headband, 2 more children headbands, and 5 clips to go. So it won't be too hard. Pretty excited. Alright, so I'm just finishing up this last one here. Alright, now when you get to the last single stitch, just join those together with a slip stitch. Chain 1. And now what you're going to do is, now you have this big flower. This is what it looks like from the front. What you're going to do is you're going to turn it like this, go through the bars, because you see how each of these have like a bar right here. You're going to go through each bar. You're going to go through this one and make a single stitch. So go ahead and make that single stitch. And then you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And continue that pattern in between. Make a single stitch, single crochet around each bar, around a bar, and chain 3. And by the time you finish, you should have 8, which it shouldn't be that hard to keep track of, but you should have 8. If you don't, you probably skipped a bar somewhere, which is not the best thing to do. So you might need to go back and see where you skipped it. So let me tell you guys, while we're waiting, a little bit about the shops. The first one I go to, so I can stop referring to it as Shop 1, is called The Curious Cat. And if you're in my area, it's along 4th Street. It's fairly new. It's where the old Sports Shack used to be. It's really awesome. And I went there first, and I gave them my stuff, and she was like, "Oh, can you make these?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I don't see why not." And so I made them, and she was really impressed. And she just recently put in an order, and I'm really excited. I don't know how much I'm getting from it, but I'm really excited. And then the second shop is called Generation 3. They call it Generation 3 because 3 types of generations come in there. You know, the young, the adults, and then the elderly. So they call it Generation 3, and they have a lot of stuff for each of them. Mainly handbags, but they also have jewelry, and they're going to be having some crochet stuff. And they're also going to be having a lot of accessories. And if you're in my area, that is along 1st Street. Alright, so I think this is my last one. Let me count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, that's my last one. I'm going to... You can see the little lumps there. I'm losing light, so I gotta make this quick, and then I'm gonna join them together and chain 1, and then you see how these are facing away from you now. Now you gotta turn it and do the single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and single crochet in each of these petals. And once you get it all the way around, you'll be done. And you'll have this really, really pretty flower. So that's it for the tutorial, because I'm losing light, so obviously I can't keep doing this. But there's that. There's a little bit of information about the Curious Cat and Generation 3. Now I can refer to them by their names. And maybe eventually I will give nicknames to the shop owners so I can talk to you guys about them. So this was a really long video, but I got it done. And I know there's no intro, but that's okay. Here's the outro. If you have any comments, questions, or requests, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you like the video, please like it and share it. If you like me, please subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the tutorial, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, and goodbye.